Creativity for me is
a form of expression.
Inventiveness in action.
Is unraveling.
Interpreting my imagination.
Get these wonderful ideas from somewhere, but you bring them to fruition.
Creativity to me
is
definitely beneficial to cognitive growth, to personal growth.
Trying to express myself, or in a way that I couldn't do with talking.
And putting together pieces of my life that I couldn't put together in any other way.
Communicating to other people.
All kinds of feelings as well that we can't articulate. Our society doesn't allow us to communicate for whatever reasons.
Best way to put creativity for me is
understanding who I am, understanding the world around me, and letting people understand me.
That's what it is for me.
Creativity.
Successful creativity for me
balances both free form and preconceived ideas.
But I also think the process is full of surprises and you should just let yourself go.
The art turned from just me painting what I saw in front of me to my art being an exploratory, continuous project to make sense of what was in my head and the world around me.
Music draws people into their creative sides. It showed me to scrutinise things first with my ears, but then with my eyes.
Things that help me to be creative are adventures.
Beautiful things I might see, sceneries or travel.
And always keeping that sense of not knowing sort of what's around the next corner. And then when you find what's around the next corner, exploring it instead of ignoring it.
And that's what I still do to this day. I tend to be very visual. And I read faces and I read body language even before the person has spoken.
I don't know, things I see or things that I'm inspired by or new art I find might open a new avenue for me and something I really want to create.
Human nature, you know. Trying to understand human nature a bit deeper.
People.
Nature, daylight and sunshine does inspire. It inspires happiness and therefore I think inspires a lot of creativity. It inspires confidence and therefore creativity, you know.
I think emotions play a huge role in my creative process because it's an emotion that makes me do it in the first place.
Firstly, being a woman, emotions play a big part in every second of your day. Like so,
these mixed feelings do give a drive to prove a point and to prove abilities.
You know, you say soul, like I see your soul as your highest level of honesty or your pure self.
You know, it will be a reflection of all the best of me and the happiest of me. But also at the same time, like depending on what emotion I'm feeling, it can be a reflection of the darkest in me, the most horrific in me, the hatred, you know, and then sometimes it can be the love.
I don't know, it's unlocking kind of experiences I've had through my life that I maybe can't express through words. So it kind of comes out, this development in my artwork, and kind of it expresses myself more fully than just being able to talk it out.
The nature of the soul is that it's delicate, and you don't always want to show people that.
I think I go through an array of different feelings when I'm creating something.
Fulfilled.
Very peaceful within my mind.
Excited.
I always look at the piece of paper or canvas in front of me as this is what it is, and this is where I'm starting from. So
sometimes I was comfortable with, sometimes I wasn't comfortable with. I definitely wasn't comfortable with sharing it with other people.
Frustrated at the same time that I can't make it perfect.
Fear mixed with confidence. Nervousness also mixed with confidence.
The next bit then sometimes is a bit of self-doubt, like.
Fragile sometimes. A lot of the transitionary stages of creation are very personal, and sometimes I feel quite protective about something that hasn't been quite finished.
Sometimes we're our own worst enemy.
They'd see a piece of art I created, and it might take me, you know, a month or 2 months to do. I love picking up tiny details and get lost in the details, and I lie there within them, like, and it's just. It's. I suppose that's the one unique part about my art is for some reason my patience.
Everything is finished within one day, really, or part of a day. So I move and I switch and I move back and I move forward and to the side, and you know, what conforms me creatively one day will mean nothing to me the next.
It can take many turns along the way. It's always something that's quite malleable, but if at these turns and these changes the result seems like it still has potential, it's pursued down unknown roads, I suppose.
I do find this whole creative journey as astounding and, for want of a better way of putting it, all a bit mental, you know. Like, I'm constantly astounded at what comes through me.
Yeah, there's some kind of magic goes on, like we have this kind of ability to almost create something subconsciously. It kind of comes second nature, or, you know, some kind of magic goes on there. You start to process, you start to paint, or like you're in the middle. It mostly comes either in the middle of a painting or near the end of a painting, where I start going either.
You've almost taken a step backwards or taken a step in the wrong direction. Scrutiny and prolonged observation of something can make it lose its shape and its form. I do think that there needs to be a balance in the creative process, from where you can take a step back and then you can reapproach things.
You know, creative blocks have went alongside in my life times of extreme pain, extreme happiness.
It can shatter your confidence, and shattered confidence in an approach can therefore then lead on to further writer's block. So it is something that can definitely play with your mind, I think.
Feelings of loss, you know, like, you know, kind of just confusion as to what the next thing is. So usually if I am feeling blocked, I'll just leave what I'm doing, maybe start something new, or just go for a walk and find a friend to talk to and get some fresh air. And like, nothing is too important to kind of ponder over it and beat myself up over. So
creative blocks come from forgetting the intention behind why we are creative.
To expand your mind, sometimes you need to alter your reality.
Bring yourself somewhere nice once a week for an hour or two and nurture yourself, or, you know, go and play or run around or take photos or do something you wouldn't normally do.
You know, read about art, like, talk to other artists.
Creativity does come a lot of the times from questioning things, from critical thinking, from releasing things that are inside yourself. And sometimes people need to break out of a mould.
Sometimes you're just sitting there in a room looking at a blank page going, create, create, create. That's not the nature of it. It doesn't happen like that.
get involved, get excited about making art, get infused, get immersed in it. You know?
Positive mental attitude helps to expand your ideas. Having self-belief.
It's just to find your way of working. It's to find your that sense of you know, what's good for you, what works for you.
I'm extremely passionate for what I do. Like it took me a long time to get here as well.
I think passion is your what you feel driven to do, you know, what you feel attracted towards doing. Like,
I just want to do it. I want to do it, and it's important to me. So therefore, I make an effort at it.
I am quite passionate about the things that I want to create, but I'm not very passionate about promoting them, I suppose.
and you can have good reactions and you can also have bad reactions.
I like when my art makes people happy, and makes people think, and makes people react, and it makes people maybe understand a bit deeper about where I'm coming from, and in turn where they're coming from.
I think I react to criticism and praise both quite nervously.
Yeah, how do I react to criticism? Deep breath. And lots of humility, if I have any.
There's good criticism and bad criticism. There's constructive criticism and then there's just criticism.
A constructive criticism can bring about drive, and it can bring about redirection and focus towards a better product, towards a better finish. Criticism that comes from a very personal perspective, that can sometimes just induce feelings of apathy and just say, you know, everyone has their own preference. It doesn't bother me if they like it or not. I'm not doing it for them.
I generally don't know anyway, because if I have something hanging somewhere, you know, it'll just be hanging there. I won't know, I won't see that facial expression, like the baby looking at the mother, or the dog looking at the owner. I won't see that reaction. I just won't be there to see it. Like, who hangs around like for weeks and weeks?
But you know, I suppose, yeah, just getting over yourself, getting rid of the ego as well. Like, you know, we're all in this together. You know, we're all equal. So.
But I will say, if I'm painting and I show something to my girlfriend and she doesn't like it, it does my fucking head in. It does my head in. So what can you do? That's life.
I hope it makes people feel happy, because it makes me feel happy, and you know, that's a good thing.